Guys, we have to speak on Inter. Like, seriously, what's happened? 2 weeks ago, Allianz Arena, Bayern Munich, Vincent Company, Lautaro Martinez outside foot into the top corner, Fratesi in the dying minutes. Bring them back to the San Siro, 2-2. Put on a good display in moments showing that they were defensively resolute. Like, this was an Inter team that I was sat telling myself, listen, they look like a force in the Champions League. The Coppa Italia, they've got a ninth place Milan. Yes, it's Milan's cup final. Yes, it's the last bit of hope for Milan to try and salvage a poor campaign. But in reality, the coach, the system, the players, Inter are superior. And yes, when it comes to a derby, all form goes out of the window. Milan have been their kryptonite. But I was like, listen, if I was a betting man and I had to bet some money on a 1-1 first leg, I would probably put my money on Inter. Then you get Bologna. I'm thinking, come on. Like, fair enough, it's a game of high magnitudes. Fair enough, it's against high-flying Vincenzo Italiano's Bologna. But come on, surely there is some fight. Surely there is that know-how to win whilst playing dirty to win, whilst not performing to the best of your caliber. Like they always say, the sign of a good team is a team that can win whilst not performing to their full potential. Because you're not always going to have a flawless 10 out of 10 performance 38 games a season, because there are so many factors that can hold you back, such as suspensions, such as injuries, such as player fatigue, such as players' confidence being down, such as rotation. These are things that we will have to take on board. But as wild as this may sound, after just watching Napoli beat Torino so easily, 2 weeks ago, the possibility of a treble was looking likely. If it wasn't a treble, it's a double. If it isn't a double, you're guaranteed one trophy. Knocked out of the Coppa Italia. Barcelona coming up next, then they've just won the Copa del Rey. But listen, Barcelona is Barcelona. You could arguably make a case they've been the best team in Europe this season. Napoli, 3-point lead in the Serie A. They've got the easier fixtures. Inter have still got difficult games. Like, this is my question. And this goes to Inter fans in particular. If I was to tell you, give me a percentage, what are the chances of Inter going this season trophyless? No Coppa Italia, no Champions League, no Scudetto. What are the chances? 2 weeks ago, if you asked me, I would have said 20%. A week later, I would have probably said 30, 40%. If I was to be completely honest with you guys, Inter going this entire season trophyless, it's looking like a 60, 70%. I don't think they've got it in them to catch up to Napoli. I'll be honest, I don't think so. Barcelona, they're going to have to put on the performance of their lives. And you have to take all of these things into consideration. They've got injuries. We don't know if Marcus Thuram will be available. Benjamin Pavard, he went off against Roma. The fact that they still played some of their best players in the Coppa Italia against Milan. And then they also played those same players against Roma. So they're going to be going into that game fully fatigued. And let's be real, even if they had given them a 1 week rest, the damage, the mileage some of these Inter players have done throughout the season, even 1 week is not enough. Even 2 weeks is not enough. What does Simone Inzaghi do? It's a serious question. I'm here asking the tough questions. Because I'm looking at it from the outside and I'm saying, there is no way in hell a team that won the Serie A last season, a team that the year prior reached the Champions League final, a team that, in my opinion, even if they were to go trophyless this season, I'd still come out and say that's the best team in Calcio. That's the best team in the Serie A. So where did it go wrong? I sit down and I tell myself, like, this is just me thinking out loud. Maybe, just maybe, it's the fact that they couldn't get into the business end of the season with a cushion in their favour in the Serie A title race. Like, they've dropped points in games this season in the Serie A, where you look at Inter and say, you shouldn't be dropping points in these games. This time last year, Inter had a healthy lead. They had a healthy lead in terms of the Scudetto, so they could focus on other things. But this season, they've approached the business end of the season, the most hectic, the most intense, the most high-pressure period of the season, neck and neck with Napoli. Coppa Italia, latter stages. Champions League, tough opposition. You look at the recruitment, like, here's how I look at it. And yes, Oak Tree Capital, there's been reports, I don't know if they're true or not, of some capital investment. This is a team at the peak of its powers. Yes, there are some assets that are beginning to fade away. You can move them on and still bring in players of equal, if not better quality. This is a team where you could make a case. The best players are in their prime years. And I look at Oak Tree and say, you've got an opportunity to pump some money into the squad. Get them some good players. Get them some squad depth. And they could probably go on to dominate the Serie A for the next 2, 3, 4 years. They could probably go on to win a Champions League. Simone Inzaghi is a good coach. Funnily enough, he's one of my favourite coaches. But this season, you could see the lack of rotation, the fatigue, the fact that Simone Inzaghi, he's tried. Like, it's no surprise. 45th to the 55th to the 60th minute, you see Bastoni come off. There's a record. Bastoni's come off 8 times for Inter this season, and on all 8 occasions, they've gone on to concede. Bastoni comes off. Çalhanoğlu, he's having reoccurring injuries. He can't see out 90 minutes. Mkhitaryan is 36 years old. The players off the bench aren't really that impactful. They aren't really good enough from Fratesi, Coria, Arnautovic. Yes, he's picked up as of late, but he's not the most reliable of players. What do you pin it on? If Inter go trophyless this season, what does an Inter fan pin it on? Is it a lack of recruitment? Is it recruitment but signing the wrong players, like somebody like Mehdi Taremi? Is it just the fixture schedule? The fact that they're literally playing every 3-4 days? Is it Simone Inzaghi maybe getting it wrong in some games? Maybe the Inter players' mentality, where we've seen this season, come the second half, they take their foot off the gas. They start playing the game in second, third gear. They invite pressure. Then they go on to concede. Like, there's so many reasons. There's so many reasons for a team, which once again, in my opinion, is the best in Calcio, is the best in Serie A. If they were to go trophyless, serious questions have to be asked. And these serious questions, they need serious answers. Because somebody is to blame, whether it's an organisation, whether it's members of the board, whether it's the senior players, the younger players, the sporting director, the lack of money. Like, I keep sitting down and telling myself, maybe, just maybe, Napoli slip up and Inter go on a cruise. But guys, I'd be a liar if I told you guys, if Napoli slip up, I see Inter and I tell myself, Inter will capitalise on the slip up. I reckon if Napoli slip up, I wouldn't be surprised if Inter slip up. Especially when you look at their performances as of late. 3 L's on the trot from Bologna, Milan, Roma. If Barcelona do their work, then this squad, in terms of confidence, in terms of belief, it's hit rock bottom. Because a month ago, they were probably sat in the mirror telling themselves, I could win a treble. Life comes at you fast. It really does. How can a month ago, you're sat telling yourself, listen, we can win the treble. And then a month later, you're sat telling yourself, all of my hard work this season, and there's nothing to show for it. Business end of the season is so dangerous because it crushes dreams. It destroys morale. It sucks the confidence out of you. Inter, I said I was expecting a reaction, a performance against Roma. They dominated possession. Created some opportunities, but nothing clear-cut. They didn't look penetrative in any way. They missed Marcus Thuram so much. But I feel like now the game against Barcelona, if it means playing through the pain barrier, if it means injecting 50 painkillers in order to play the game at full pelt, like, if they turn around and win the Champions League, I feel like everybody would stay quiet. Yes, the Scudetto went. Yes, the Coppa Italia went. You're a Champions League winner. But if come the end of the season, all 3 trophies are gone, people will look at this team, people will look at Simone Inzaghi, and they will ask questions. Well, I'd love to know what you guys think in the comments. Now, if you're new, make sure to subscribe, make sure to hit the like button, and I will catch you guys on another one.